Hi everyone, I'm doing a little art page today, and I'm going to be doing a little like a winter fairyland type art page, and I'm going to use acrylic paints for the background to start out with, and then the rest of the page is going to be filled with Lavinia's stamps, and I love those fairyland type stamps. And so what I'm going to do is go ahead and turn on some music, and most of it's pretty self-explanatory, and I'll just get back with you every so often and kind of explain as we go along. This is a wet sea sponge, and I'm just kind of blending in the paints a little bit while they're still wet. And I still have some paint on that sponge, so I'll apply that to the page next to it just to take care of some of that leftover paints. So this is the Lavinia stamps that I'm going to be using, and I have to tell you, I had a bit of a problem trying to get all that stamped on that acrylic paint. Usually when I do the stamping on Dilutions paint or pan pastels, it takes the stamps real easy, but it doesn't do really good on acrylic paint, so I have to go in with a colored pencil and fill in with some more color, and that's what I'm doing right here. And since the stamps didn't take real well directly on the page, I decided to go ahead and stamp it on tissue paper, and then I'm using my water brush to release it from the tissue paper there. And then I'm going to Mod Podge that on the page. That's one way of doing it. It's what I found out later is that Mod Podge or that Collage Podge, it does leave a little bit of a different surface from the rest of the page, and so I had to try to correct that, but that's alright. Not trying to make everything perfect. And right here I'm using a blue gelato, trying to blend in some color back into the page. And this is going to create a little bit of a reflection compared to the acrylic paint. And some of that works out pretty good, so I'm going to leave it like that. And right here I'm using the posca pen to fill in this little fairy and the snail to create the silhouette look. You can see that these stamped pieces right here is still a little bit faded, so I'll have to go in and put some more color to them as well. And I'm just going to continue with adding some foliage to these little pieces. This is a gel pen that I'm using to just highlight some of the little areas inside those little houses and the fairy's eye. And I'm using stickles to create some little stars in the sky, and I also applied stickles to the little fairy wings. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a border around the page on the sides and the top. And then I use some black cardstock and I punch out a border for the bottom of the page. this is the little sentiment that I punched out. It says, "Don't give up the search." And right here I'm using the yellow color pencil to put some light in that little lantern and in those little strange flowers hanging overhead. And that's it. And I hope y'all like it. And I appreciate you watching. Have a great weekend, y'all. Thanks.